Welcome back to another episode of our NHL 19 franchise mode, where we've expanded the league to 32 teams and brought back the Quebec City Nordiques. I'm making a decision here. We're going to put scouting on automatic for both. We've got really good scouts in all the areas we really want, and I just want to get through these videos a lot quicker, and stopping so often to have to do the scouts is really slowing me down, and I want to be able to churn more content for you, especially with more games being released that we're going to be following in the very near future. So what we're going to do is put the scouting on automatic now that we have all of our scouts at the level we want them to be, and we are going to push through with just the Sims and try to get through a lot more content quicker. We're in year number 4. I hope you enjoy what you're about to see. If you do like it, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Turn the notification bell on so you always know when we put up a brand new episode of one of our shows. So thank you so much for joining us. I am the Final Knight Errant, and let's get to it. All right, so last time we left off, we had just started off year number 4 here with an 8-1-1 record. We're not going to mess with the lines at all. We're just going to go ahead and move forward. We did have one injury to Duncan Christopher. He's going to be out for about 2 weeks, and I just want to double check that here since I haven't played this franchise mode in a little while. When exactly is he going to be back? November 19. Okay, so we're going to be watching for him to come back. We're going to put him in back when he gets to the 19th. We're hoping that the game will tell us he is ready to play on the 19th, but I'm going to take note of that, and we're going to have to make that slight change. We are going to leave injuries on. We're going to leave the waiver system on, and we're going to go from there. So November 19, we're waiting on that. We're going to go ahead and make that change when it arrives. All right, so until we get to that point, I think we can jump right in here and get to it. All right, let's just actually head right out here to the... we're going to go through the entire month, and we're going to try to do this month by month just to kind of get a recap and see if we can quickly do this, okay? We're just going to try to get through the entire season if we can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim up to the first. We're going to sim all the way through the months and just do them a month at a time, and we will come back and see if we can just kind of power through this and get to the playoffs, okay? All right, let's go. All right, we've made it through the month of November. We are 18-3-1. We are having an absolutely fantastic year so far. Take a quick look and show you how things are progressing. We had a couple bumps in the road there with a couple injuries during the month, but they were short-lived injuries, and we got the guys back at it. So just a quick recap. We are currently at 67 goals for on 22 games. We're shooting over 3%, or 3 goals per game. We're keeping our goals per game, goals against per game under 2, and our power play is still doing really well at 23%. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then our PK is killing it, 86.3%. I love it. All right, so yeah, we're just going to power through here. I'm going to actually take this, instead of going month to month, I'm going to go ahead and take this all the way up to about halfway through the season, I think. I'll just push. Let's just see if I can push. Let's push to the trade deadline here. Let's push to the trade deadline and see if we can get all the way through the end of this year. All right, we are here at the trade deadline, and we have quite the season developing. Year number 4, 45-13-4 at the trade deadline, or just about at it. Got one more day before that happens, 2 more games to get through. But holy cow, what an absolutely fantastic year we are having. Let's take a quick look at how our team is doing and figure out what is going on. As you can see, we are at the tops in our division at 94 points. Light years ahead of the second place team, Boston Bruins. Over in the conference, yeah, we're tops in the conference by a lot, by 13 points. And then if we take a look across the league, oh my gosh, it's head and shoulders. We are the best team in the league right now. Not even close. So we have definitely built a great team here in Quebec, and we are only in our 4th season. This is really good. So let's take a quick look at how we're doing. Let's see here. 3.18 goals for per game, 2.26 goals against, both very respectable. Gotta like that. Power plays, yeah, our power play is sitting pretty at 22.9%, and our penalty kills sitting at 84.3. I really like those numbers. So hopefully we'll be able to keep on that track. And we'll take a quick look at how our team is playing. I'm actually going to start, whoops, wrong one. I'm going to start with the goalie here. Vasilevsky, 52 games played. He's got 36 wins, 12 losses for a 9.23 at a 2.25. And look at Remy Stallcup. Remy Stallcup comes in 13 games, he's won 9 of them. He's only lost 3 games. Looks like he came in and spelled Vasilevsky there for just a little bit. So technically he only has 8 games, 12 games, and he's won 9 of them. That is insane. That is really good. 3 shootout losses, a 9.36 save percentage, and a 1.86 goals against. This guy is going to be absolutely fantastic. Look at this, 87 overall. Holy cow. Yikes. Oh boy. Yeah, he's a little bit on the slow speed, but his vision is amazing. His endurance is really good. Yeah, we're ready. He's ready to be the man. He's pretty much ready to be the man. He's got better puck playing frequency, better rebound control, better recovery than Vasilevsky right now. But Vasilevsky's got that poise. So we're going to run Vasilevsky in the playoffs for sure. And we'll just see how things go. Now, Vasilevsky, he's got a little bit better stick. Yeah, he's got better stick defense. He's got better breakaway and 5-hole defense as well than the butterfly Remy Stallcup right now. So we're going to go ahead and run Vasilevsky at least this year in the playoffs. We got him for 5 more years here. This is a great opportunity for us to really make a deep run. So hopefully Vasilevsky can get the job done, and if he can't, we've got Remy Stallcup to come in and spell him. So I think we're in really good shape here. I didn't even look at our forwards or our defensemen. That's just a quick look at a goalie. Remy Stallcup coming in there and really getting us some wins. Those 9 extra wins right now are putting us up in a real good spot. If we take a look at our forwards real quick, there we go. Take a look at the forwards. Leading the team right now is DeSalvatore with 54 points. Ooh, this guy was a great pickup. This is his rookie season too. Excellent. Very nice. Rookie season for DeSalvatore, and he's absolutely killing it. His defense is amazing. He's got great offensive awareness. Passing is good. Decent shooting. Not the greatest power, but he's got really good accuracy. Skating is good, and his physical stats are all good. He's a 6-foot powerhouse. This sniper is getting it done. If we take a look at his stats more in depth, he's taken 126 shots, and he's scored on 14.3 of them. This guy's a man. I love it. His power play is insane. 19 power play points. 14 of those are assists, and he is really helping out this team in a big way right now. Take a quick look at the rest of his stats. He's not great on the face-offs, on his fill-in stuff, but, to be honest, he's a left winger. I'm not really expecting him to be that great there. 77 hits, 10 blocks. Doesn't block the shot that much. He throws a few hits, about a hit a game or so. Giveaways, look at those takeaways. That's what I'm talking about, 101 takeaways. Yes, that is the kind of player we're looking for. 101 takeaways on 25 giveaways. That's a 4-to-1. That is 4-to-1 right there. That is amazing. That is why he is doing so well. And he's 86 overall. If you recall, I think he started around 82, 83 this year at the very beginning of the year. He's up to an 86 already. Bonafide second liner. Bonafide second liner doing a great job. All right, so that's our forwards. I keep hitting the wrong button. Let's get back there and take one look at our defense and just show you how our defensemen are doing. Hamilton there with 49 points, 62 games into the season. Miller right behind him. Miller also having a very good year. I think this may be his rookie season as well. Doing pretty well. 33 points there for him at offensive defenseman. Plus minus is at a +7. He's doing well there. He's got some power play action. He's playing a lot of minutes. Let's see, 14, lots of blocks. He's going to have a lot of blocks by the end of the year. Giveaways, takeaways aren't bad at all. They're literally at 2-to-1, so that's good. That's good. We want our offensive defenseman not to give up the puck too much, and he's doing a good job of that. Only 83 overall. We're hoping he gets a little boost over the summer. Gerard, also somebody we're to keep an eye on. 23 years old here. How's he doing? He's doing all right. He's got 18 points. Scroll over here to his defensive stats. This one's a little bit. This one's good too. Look at this. This is less than 2-to-1. This is less than 2-to-1. So his giveaway to takeaway is pretty good. Lots of blocks. Good. He's out there blocking shots. Not so many hits for him. He's more of a pure offensive guy. Yeah, lots of assists for him. Okay, good. So our guys are playing well. Zadorov, how's he doing? Zadorov's doing okay. Let's see. 17 points in 62 games. He's a +30. That's shutdown. That's shutdown hockey. This is a defensive defenseman. Let's see what he looks like over here. Yeah, big hits. Lots of hits. 124 of them right now. We're not even finished with the season. We got 20 games left to play. 91 blocks. Giveaways to takeaways, that's not good. But you know what? If you're putting that many guys into the ice and you're blocking that many shots, I'm okay with you giving up the puck a little bit. You're a defensive defenseman. You're going to do that. It's not the end of the world. You're a plus 30. If that was a minus 30, then we'd have a discussion. In fact, you'd probably be off the team. But because it's a plus 30, you're doing real well, and I'm all right with it. He's playing alongside Dougie Hamilton, and Dougie Hamilton is obviously doing very, very well. Ellis, he looks like he's doing okay. Scroll all the way over here, just look at everybody at the same time, right? There we go. We don't need to see that. There we go. So, yeah, everybody's doing real well. Duncan Christopher, he's doing excellent. He's another one of our two-way defenders. This guy's got 26 giveaways to 12 takeaways, so that's roughly 2-to-1. That's not bad. And then Borgen came in there and has spelled a few people. He's done actually a pretty decent job of doing that. Could be doing a better job, but, you know, it is what it is. We don't have that many guys who are just out there throwing the body, though. Just Zadorov and Ellis on the first and second line. We don't really have that third-line hitter. I don't think. Yeah, Gerard doesn't hit very many people, and Christopher doesn't really hit that many people on that third pairing. So that's something maybe to improve next year. We'll have to see. Maybe bring in a guy who can throw the body around. But 6'5" Keondae Miller is doing a real good job. All right, so there you go. There's a quick peek at what we've got going on our team before we go into the trade deadline, and we take a quick look here at the contract screen to see who we're going to have to deal with next year and what kind of cap situation we're in. Now, we've got $19 million in cap. We're going to have right around $25 million before we make any moves. We're going to have to bring back Hughes. Hughes is going to get a big-time contract. I'm going to try to get him, let's see, he's 20 years old. If I can get him for a solid 8-year contract at like maybe around $6 million, I think I'm going to be really happy with that. But we'll have to see. We'll just have to see. It depends on how much he grows. And then we've got Paling here. Paling at 23 years old. We could probably bring him back for a solid 4 years. I think probably 4 years would be good. And only have to worry about paying him for maybe $3-4 million to do that. So if we're looking at literally $9 million right there, and we still have another, 14-15 million left to go, I think we're in really, really good shape. We've got Forsberg tied up pretty much long term. Yeah, we got Forsberg tied up long term. We got DeSalvatore on a really good contract for a few years, especially because he's going to be absolutely stellar. Let's see, Duchesne. We've got Duchesne long term. If we want him, we can always offload him later. Hamilton for a couple more years. So we need to get some of our defensemen up and running here and get them the kind of ice time we need. And that's really it. I mean, Forsbacka Carlson, we don't really care if he comes back. Like, all these guys down here, it would be nice, but it's not necessary. None of these guys are absolutely necessary to winning a cup right now. The guys up here who are going to put the goals in the net, puck in the net, that's those are the guys we want, right? Take a quick look here at the system. We got guys down here that we have really good contracts right now. Really good contracts. We've got these guys down here. Perfetti. Ooh, Perfetti. 85 overall coming in. Oh, Perfetti's going to be beautiful. Yeah, Perfetti down there playing in the CHL. He's going to be absolutely disgusting. He's going to come in, and he's going to play... he's going to jump right into that first or second line and just be an absolute killer out there. That's going to be amazing. So we're going to have Perfetti. We're going to have Malone, Homer. All three of these guys are going to come in and absolutely shake things up. All right, so if we're going to bring in these three guys, and they already have really good contracts, we've got some significant cap success going on right now. And that all has to deal with trying to find some defensemen, because I think that's where we're lacking right now. We're really lacking in defense. I think our offense is pretty set for the future. We've got Forsbacka, we've got DeSalvatore here, we've got Hughes. Let's go ahead and just take a look at forwards, right? So we got Forsberg, DeSalvatore, Hughes, Paling. Denisenko is kind of I'm on the fence about Denisenko. I don't think he's really going to turn into anything, and Wallstrom I don't think is going to really turn into anything, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on them. They could be top 6 guys, but I mean, between Forsbacka, Carlson, DeSalvatore, and Hughes, that's a line. And then you've got the guys from down here in the system, Perfetti, Malone, Homer. These guys are going to be sick eventually. I mean, Perfetti right away, and then Malone and Homer maybe in a year or two. They're going to be amazing, or at least getting to that point. So we're really good in terms of our core forwards, and we can work around the rest of it by drafting good quality players and bringing them up the right way. Kaprizov, he's hopefully going to grow. We'll see. 81 overall at 24, though. I'm not holding my breath here, and he's not having a bad year, but he really needs to get going. He needs to have like 3 solid, really good years here, back to back to back. In fact, what was the problem? I think it was him. He got hurt in the first year. played only half the year, and then he got hurt last year and didn't finish out the year as well, and he had a really tough year there. So we're hoping for a really good year from him here. He's already surpassed what he did last year, which is great. He's got 20 games left to try to pick up another 10 points. I think he can do it. He's pretty much a point every other game, so he's going to be rivaling what he did in his second year here, and that's going to get him back on track. He's actually shooting better, so he might even come higher in than all of that. He may end up with his best goal season. It just kind of depends if he can stay healthy. We're hoping he can stay healthy. He's having a great year, though. So if he has a great year, that could potentially put him up into that second line kind of position, which would be really good, too. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We're going to run out of space here quick, right? We're going to have Forsberg. We're going to have DeSalvatore, who wants to play on that first line soon, because he's going to be, he's a second liner now, but if he gets a good solid growth, then we're going to have two guys here on the left that are going to have to figure out who's going to be playing on the first and second line. And Forsberg on the first line, DeSalvatore on the second line wouldn't be awful at all. Sorry for that, guys. That was gross. Then we've got Hughes and Paling. Duchesne may be the odd man out here. If we run out of space, Duchesne may be the one who goes. We got Hughes, Paling, and then we're also going to have, obviously, in the system, we're going to have Perfetti here. He's coming in. So we're going to have three centers who can play those first two lines. Right? We only need two of them, actually. We don't really have right wingers right now that can play up there, which is okay. So that means Duchesne and Paling can continue to play in that first and second line. We'll have Hughes and Perfetti. So we'll do Perfetti in the middle with Paling on the right. We'll do Shane in the middle with Hughes on the right. And we'll have Forsberg and DeSalvatore on the left. That's what our next year looks like right now. And then for the third line, we've got Jankowski. Jankowski's locked in for at least another 3 years. Yep, we got him for 3 years. And Jankowski's really nice because Jankowski's got some decent stats there. He's a nice shutdown kind of defensive player, but has some offense to him as well. He's having a decent year. He's a two-way forward who likes to pass the puck. He's got lots of assists. So we could throw him on the third line and flank him with, if these guys are good enough for the third line, which I think they are, they're both considered, they're both considered third-line scorers, and they've got questionable shot blocking but decent enough defensive awareness and speed where they can get in there and put some decent work in, and that would be really interesting. Two playmakers. One of them has got to be a goal scorer, right? Yeah. Well, they're both pretty much playmakers, so we'll see how that goes. We might end up seeing actually seeing Jankowski score some goals, but it'll be very interesting. They're all going to be very interesting to see how that next year turns out when he doesn't have to pass the puck so much. Because right now he's playing on a line with DeSalvatore who's scoring goals, so that's why he's passing it, right? So that's something to think about. So we've got Homer and Malone playing with Jankowski on the third. That leaves Denisenko and Wahlstrom, who are pretty much, there's no room for him on this team right now. And Denisenko, he's got decent enough stats where he can play on that fourth line. But come on, let's be honest about this. He is he's listed as a third line scorer, but he's got potential to be a top 6 guy. He's 21 years old. He's got to get going here, right? If he doesn't get going, he's going to end up just stunted. His whole career is going to be stunted if he can't get going. Same thing with Wahlstrom. He's got really good stats. I just need to see him grow. Now, if these guys grow, we could end up putting Homer and Malone on that fourth line next year. Homer, Malone on the fourth line. We're just going to need somebody to put him with. So Denisenko, Jankowski, Wahlstrom on the third line next year. That leaves Kaprizov. We need to find room for him. So we'll end up playing one of those guys. Kaprizov on the fourth line. Can you imagine? He doesn't have the stats for it. So it looks like Wahlstrom probably ends up on the fourth line next year. So maybe it's time to move Kaprizov. As much as I hate to do it, I think it might be. We got him for 3 more years, a nice $2.6 million contract there, but we could move him for potential pick because we just don't have any room for him on the team, and we're not going to. Our team is filling up. Now, if we were to move off Duchesne, we can move a few guys around, maybe move if he grows, if Kaprizov grows, and we actually hits a bona fide second-line right winger, well, then now we have something to talk about. We could offload Duchesne, or we'd offload Duchesne. Hughes would play in the middle with probably Perfetti or Paling, depending on who's going to be bigger. Paling would play in the middle on the other line, and we'd throw someone like Kaprizov on the right wing. We'd probably even, you know what we do? We'd throw Hughes in the middle, throw Paling on the right wing, up on the first line. That's what we would do. We'd force him to play up. Yep, it would be Forsberg, Hughes, and Paling. And then we would run DeSalvatore, Perfetti, and if he's good enough, Kaprizov, right? That's fine, but that would mean moving Hughes. Or not moving Hughes, moving Duchesne. And moving Duchesne wouldn't be too bad. It's a big lot of money to come off the contract, off our deal. So that's something to think about, right? So we've got some really good prospects for the future here. I'm really excited about it. If we take a look at our defensemen, different story. I mean, our defensemen, they're young and they can grow, but really Duncan Christopher is the only elite in the group, and he's not really growing yet. I think he's going to grow maybe next year, maybe over the off season, but he's only going to make it to maybe an 82, 83, maybe an 84 at best. And then hopefully next year, if he starts off at an 82, he'll rock it up to like an 86 or something like that. But right now it's Zadorov and Hamilton on the first two pairing. I mean, these guys are good, but they're not going to stand up against the 90 overall pairing duo. So that's not awesome. We need to find a few better defensemen, right? So Ellis is getting old. We're going to need to offload him soon. We've got a few guys, though, in the system that potentially could come in. Piero Zabatel we're excited about. We're going to see how this guy turns out and go from there. So, yeah, we definitely need to focus on defensemen in the draft coming up. And the draft is not going to be a good one. It's going to be weak. It came in as a weak draft this year. So we're going to have to be very careful about who we draft and hope that our scouts do a good job. Because right now, I'm not super excited about it. And we're going to have to pick up guys probably in the free agency to fill out our defense just to keep us in the loop. Now, here's the other thing we got to deal with. We got Vasilevsky here on an $8.4 million contract for another 5 years here. And Remy Stallcup is ready to take over. I mean, he flat out is ready to take over. We can play Vasilevsky this year in the playoffs. Then we're going to switch over to Stallcup. We need to bring somebody in, though, to back him up. And we really don't have a whole lot cooking. Really don't. We've got Teravainen here and Murphy, but neither of these guys are ready to go. They need time in the AHL to grow. And Teravainen's 20 years old already. So we're probably going to offload Teravainen for a first-round pick. If we can get like maybe a nice low top 5 pick, top 10 pick, we would probably do that with him. Dansk would be nice just to bring him in to be a backup next year if he grows a little bit. But at 28 years old, I'm not holding my breath. I don't think he will. Sparks, he's not going to be the backup next year. So we're going to have an issue, I think, in terms of just getting one of these franchise goalies, or maybe even this elite. All these three down here, this is all trade bait right now. We need to find that nice franchise goalie first overall, get lucky with a draft pick. You know what we could probably do? Let's do it right now. Let's trade for some first round picks. No, this is a weak draft. This is a weak draft. We could probably do one guy. Let's do it one time with Teravainen. We'll do Teravainen right now for a first round pick. And we'll hope we win the lottery. I mean, that's all we can do, right? That's the fair way to do it. We give everybody a shot. Because if we do it right off at the very beginning of the draft, that seems cheesy. I'd rather do it right now. So Teravainen right now for a potential draft pick, potential lottery pick would be really good. And that way, they can do what they need with this guy. 20 years old, 62 overall. I don't really see him growing anymore. I don't think he's going to be ready by the time he's 26 to really do much of anything. And we could trade him to... We'll trade him to the West just in case. We'll take a look at the West and see who's got a really, really bad contract, and we'll do that. And that way we can get a first-round pick if we don't already have one. Now, if we have a bunch of them, I'm not going to do it. But for right now, that's the plan. We need to find ourselves that backup for Remy Stallcup, and it needs to happen, I think, this year. So let's take a quick look here. Proposed trade, and just see what we've got cooking. Yeah, we just have our first pick this year. We don't even have our second. We have Arizona's second. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. We've got a bunch of thirds. Holy cow. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go up here and grab Teravainen. Yeah, he's got great trade value. I'm almost tempted just to hold on to this guy. Now, this guy we could trade. We could trade Stallberg right now, and I'd be okay with it. But we got to find the right team, right? So let's find the team to trade Stallberg to. 19 years old. He's 50 overall. We just need to take a look at the standings to find the right team in the West. All right, Calgary's got 52. And Winnipeg's got 56. Ottawa has got 47. And Rangers got 55. So what we need to do, send him to Calgary. That's what we need to do. Let's go ahead and send him to Calgary and see if Calgary will give up that first round pick. They probably need a goalie. Let's see if they need a goalie, a future goalie. Do you need a future goalie? We're giving you a chance. This guy could turn into something. Yeah, you could use a future goalie. You really don't have anything coming up. You have this guy right now, and he's not even turning into anything. So let's go ahead and give them a chance. Let's give them an option, an opportunity. Throw that in there. Ooh, that's a really high one. We should, if we're gonna do it, we got to give him the other guy. If we're gonna do it, we've got to give him the other guy. We got to go with this guy. That's the only fair thing to do. We could probably do Murphy. 18 and 57. No. We'll do this one. Ugh, that's even higher. Shoot. I was kind of hoping just to give this up, but they're not going to take that. There's no way they take that deal. Yeah, it's too far off. I mean, we have a couple... yeah, there's... You know what we have? We have a bunch of thirds. No, we're just going to go ahead and... my gut says this guy's going to turn into something. We may not need a backup here. 20 years old, though. He's getting such a late start. He's getting an amazingly late start. But he's playing really, really well against adults. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold off on trading him. I'm going to hold off on bringing in a pick. We'll do it next year if we have to. But for right now, we're just going to skip it. All right, let's get through the end of the season. I've made my decision. No trades. We're just going to push. Just going to push. We could also trade those... we could trade those guys for, like, real defensemen. That's the other option. But right now we're playing really well. If it doesn't work out, we'll know what we have to do. We'll have the assets to do it. All right, let's get through the end of the playoffs, or end of the season, and go from there. We have an opportunity to do it right now, though. Nope. I mean, the other option we have... is to trade some of these defensemen that we know are getting old. Right? Like, if we went... Because here's the thing. If we're going to make a deep playoff run, we're going to need the depth, right? Ellis, doing real well this year, right? Yeah, he's a +7. He's got 15 points. Just solid, right? Real solid. And if we take a look at his stats, that's what they are. I want somebody just as good, if not better, right? But here's the thing. He's got okay trade value. He's got $6.58 million. So if we were to do him on a trade, we'd need to bring that much back. We are so far under the cap right now, it's ridiculous. The question is, who wants him in the West? We don't want to send him to the East. We want to send him to the West, like Chicago. Okay, so Chicago wants him. Do they have anybody we could take back as a defenseman? Yeah, like Boqvist. Boqvist here would be really good, but Boqvist is another one of those offensive defensemen. I don't need another offensive defenseman. All right, let's skip him. Skip him. All right, Colorado, do they have anybody? They got Tyson Barrie. Tyson Barrie, two-way defender. This guy could be worth it. How's he doing? He's at a +2 this year. He's got tons of assists. Okay. Okay. Let's see his stats. Why is he a +2? Is he a +2 because his team sucks? Yeah, that's fine. Giveaways to takeaways are fine for what he's doing. Tyson Barrie. And they don't want to give him up. That's the problem. Let's see if there's anybody else out there that they want to give up. Probably easier just to do it from this screen and go like this. Ryan Murray, Werenski, neither of those guys are available. Cheskanainen and Klingberg. And Honka. None of those guys are available. Although Honka wouldn't be bad. 26 years old. Two-way defender. Yeah, we're looking... all three of these guys are top 2 defensemen. Yeah. They don't need 3 top 2 defensemen. They really don't. I mean, obviously it's going to be good for them if they have three top 2 defensemen, but they don't need top 3 of them. None of these guys are available. McIsaac's the only one. They don't really have room for him. What's wrong with Jared McIsaac? Oh, he's got no defense. That's what's wrong with him. Okay. Edmonton. Nobody there they're willing to give up. Clefbaum. Broberg's coming up. Don't want that. Nobody. Ooh, Joe Bobo's hurt. Joe Bobo was hurt, huh? Joe Bobo is hurt. 87 overall, top 6. He's supposed to be elite. Enforcer. Do I really need an enforcer? No, I don't want somebody who's causing me to have problems. Brodin. All right, so Brodin, they want to give up Brodin. How old is he? He's 28 years old. Kind of, okay, here we go. This might work. 5 years left at 28. Okay. So we got a nice long deal at $5 million, which is less than what we're paying. Okay, Jonas Brodin. Brodin, 88, solid offensive defenseman. Why? I don't need another offensive defenseman. I really don't. He's a -10 right now. LA must be having a really bad year. 20 points and he's a -10. He's been scored on 30 times. Takeaways, giveaways aren't awful. Hits, blocks, I mean, they're good for a offensive defenseman. Jonas Brodin, why are you guys not winning? Why is this guy so bad? They've got 2 guys here. They want to stay with Doughty and go with Johansson instead. Okay, so they just don't have any defensemen beyond that. That's the problem. They just don't have any defense. All right, so let's try this. If they need some defense and I need some a guy back, are they going to even be able to make the playoffs? What's their goalie situation look like? They got Quick right now, and they've got nothing coming. They need themselves a goalie. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take... They're in pretty much rebuild mode at this point. We're going to take Brodin. And we'll take him for 4 years. That's fine. We're going to give him Ellis, and we're going to give them the elite goalie. That way they will have an elite goalie in the system ready to come up and start to get work done. Right? So we'll give them Ellis and the goalie for Brodin. We're taking $1.5 million off our books. And that gives us a bona fide first pairing offensive defenseman. Okay, they do it. All right, so there we go. Roster moves. Let's get him in right away because we're going to have to replace Ellis. Get in here. Brodin's going to replace Ellis. He's a two-way defender, which is good. He'll play with Miller, and we'll do that for now until we know for sure he's a 90 overall. He may be like an 88 or something like that. We're hoping he's a 90. He's got really good trade value. If not, he's going to be fine. As long as he's not less than the other guy, right? And then hopefully we just didn't get fleeced. But we'll see. All right, so there we go. There's a trade. And if he really is a 90 overall, then that helps us out tremendously because what we can do is we come in here, and if he is 90, we can run Brodin and Hamilton. We could do Zadorov and Miller and Gerard and Christopher there on the bottom line. And I think that's a pretty solid... That gives us the stud up front on that top pairing that I think we'll need for the playoffs. And then we'll just have to see what happens in free agency. But I like that. I like what we just did there. I think that gives us some flexibility. Let's see how the rest of this pans out, though. All right. So there it is. There's the one trade we're going to make at the trade deadline. And we will hopefully continue to play well. If not, I think we're in the playoffs anyway at this point with 94 points. I'm pretty sure we're going to make the playoffs. So I'm okay with making that gamble. All right. Let's head to the rest of the season, get that out of the way, and then I'll be back for the end of the season wrap-up, and we'll take a look at the playoffs. Okay, we finish up the season at 54, 23, and 5, and we've got some real bad news. Right before the last game of the season, we had an injury. Vasilevsky, pending evaluation. He's got a herniated disc. He's going to be out until July 5th. So that's it. Vasilevsky has probably played his last game as a Quebec Nordique. Remy Stallcup's going to have to step in and be the man in the playoffs. This is not what we wanted to see. I mean, I really wanted to give Remy an opportunity to see some playoff hockey instead of having to be thrown right into the fire. And that's exactly what's going to happen to him. He's going to have to be thrown right into the fire and figure out how to deal with it. We did win the President's Trophy this year, and losing our #1 goalie in the process really, really hurts. Oh, boy. Well, let's see how we do here in the playoffs. First thing I want to check is just how well Remy did in the second half. So Remy didn't have as good of a second half as he had a first half. Those last few games, he definitely gave up a few more goals. So I'm not super excited about moving into the playoffs. Remy's going to have to just do the best he can, and hopefully he can give us a little bit of hope as we move through the playoffs. Finish up the season with Hughes, Salvatore, and Forsberg leading the team in points. That's really good. We're going to go ahead and give the Brodin there 83 games played. He ended up with a -14, so he's doing all right. Okay, so, gosh, man, that was a tough blow right there. That hurts bad. All right, well, let's get to the playoffs here. Let's see what we can do. Who's going to be our first round opponent? First round opponent. We're waiting on him. Should be the next one here. There we go. First round opponent is going to be Toronto. All right, so next episode, we start off the playoffs. We're going up against Toronto with a backup goalie in net. He's going to have to be the man this playoffs. We'll have to see how Remy Stallcup handles the pressure. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, give it a like again. Make sure you hit that sub button so that you know when we put up our next episode, and we'll get into the playoffs next time. If you want to check us out live, you can see us on Twitch at The Final Knight Errant. That's my channel. We're there every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with more games. So we hope to see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.